Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing good. I wanted to come back and show you my finished bound trashy junk journal that I made the other day. I had a video of me, putting all the pages together kind of thing, but I didn't end up binding it. So I'll show you what I did to that. And I kind of hyper-focused on it. And I had all of my trash packaging, whatever, in a big Kallax bin. If you're familiar with the IKEA Kallax square bins. Yeah, I had that full of like packaging and stuff. So I used it all up. So I made 10 journals. 10 trashy junk journals. Don't know what I'm going to do with them. That's more than I could ever use, but yeah. If anybody's interested in one, let me know down below. Maybe I could have some sort of contest or something. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I wanted to show you this. So what I ended up doing, I did bind it. I bound it with, this is just wax cord. I'll show you this stuff. I think it's meant for jewelry making. Yeah, braiding cord. But it's really good because wax cord will, or this one doesn't say it's waxed actually, it just says cotton, but this stuff says it's waxed. Yeah, so maybe that's not even waxed. But anyway, I find the cotton cord works really well. It stays knotted really well, but if you bind a book and you're iffy about the knot, you can always just put a little dot of glue there and leave the book open, lay something on it or whatever, clip it open, and it'll dry. So that's just to, if you're worried about that when you bind. So this is the packaging, the cardboard. I don't know if I'd ever use corrugated cardboard again to bind. It was a little tricky. And, I mean, you can crush it. I don't care because it's trashy junk journals, but I did learn some things. And yeah, I probably wouldn't use corrugated cardboard to bind again. So yeah, see, there's like a crease here because I mean, it wants to bend. It was really good that way. I mean, I could crease the spine nice and easy because it wants to crease because of the corrugated inside. But yeah, so what I ended up doing was taking a piece of packaging, this cookie packaging, and I just glued it on the inside. I did that even after I had bound it. Yeah, so it kind of strengthened it a bit. But yeah, that's my take on corrugated cardboard as covers. If you want to use it, yeah, I would put some other type of packaging or something inside to strengthen it. Now it's way harder for it to bend. I mean, you could still bend it if you gave it a little whatever, but it shouldn't bend on its own. So yeah, and then I put this cool sari ribbon on the edge to cover the binding. I normally don't cover my bindings. I normally like to see them, but I was like, nah, I'll do something a little different. And I also put these little jobbies on the corners. These are corner protectors. I bought these on Amazon forever ago. Well, not forever ago. It was like a year ago or something. And I don't remember how much they were. I'm sorry. I got 3 different colors. I'll show you those later near the end of the video, actually. But yeah, I'm sure you can find them on Temu or whatever. They're not too expensive. I think I paid maybe $10 for I don't know, however many's in here, maybe 100 or something like that, $10, $15 or something. But that was on Amazon, so I imagine now you probably can get them cheaper on Temu. And I assume there's different grades of them too. I'll talk about that again later. Yeah. Yeah. So this is this one. This is the one I made on video. This was the one I was going to make. This is the one single one I was going to make. I have this on there just to keep it closed because this wants to pop open. But isn't this the cutest thing? This is like a root beer, brownie root beer, beverage bottling company, Orca beverage. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can buy, you can't buy this in normal supermarkets in Canada, grocery stores. But if you go to HomeSense or Marshalls or I think Winners, maybe, does Winners do food too? Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. But HomeSense is usually where I go anyway. And they always have different drinks and things from different places. We've gotten I think Mexican Coke there before where they use the cane sugar, stuff like that. Yeah. So there's usually really cool packaging too. So I'm going to probably not do a whole lot to this part of the packaging because it's so cool. But yeah, inside I'll do a little flip open page. So yeah, I try to put a good variety of packaging and even a few game pieces or whatever. And I had a ton of envelopes because I used to do SwapBot and I'd save like all the envelopes. So yeah, I have a ton of that. Yeah, this is a beautifully decorated one. Again, I probably won't do too much of that because the person sent it to me like this and it's just beautiful. And I used up some packaging. I kept a few pieces of packaging to use as like pockets and stuff. But for the most part, I got most of it in here. I even gave myself the challenge of using some cereal bag. I don't know how that's going to go, but isn't this a cute envelope? And just a little teeny tiny pocket. Now I may use the pockets. I may not. I may just use that like a page. So, but I left the pockets there. I didn't cut it open because yeah, I'm, you know, if I want to use a pocket, I will use a pocket. Sometimes I use pockets. And then this is the other side of the envelope. So, you know, I could slip something in there. There. So this is this one. And this, yeah, it's going to kind of alligator mouth, I think, when I use it too, because it's already, you know, I did it pretty thin. I maybe should have done the spine a little wider, but it is what it is. So I think I will make some sort of closure for this, like even just, you know, a ribbon or, you know, like a pretty elastic or whatever. Okay, so moving along. Journal. Okay, so that was the first one. Then I also did these two out of the same packaging. Oh, and that one had 2 signatures of 7 sheets of paper. So that's how signature binding works. If you look at a lot of books have signature binding, so you'll see the groups of pages folded. Here, I'm going to show you. It's way easier to see it in this one. There you go. So that piece of paper is 1 folded sheet, but it gives you 4 pages, right? 4 pages to work on. Because this is 1 sheet. See? So it gives you 1. You fold it in half. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's all sewn in at the fold. So everything's folded in half. And you end up with 4 pages per. So this one is 56 pages total, which is manageable. I can probably fill that within, you know, the next year or 2. Something like that. But then I went a little crazy. Like I said, I used everything up in my trash pile almost. Besides the few things I saved to make tags, like this, make tags and pockets and things. All right, so I got these 2. Yep. This one has 6 signatures of 10 sheets of paper for 240 pages. And this one has 4 signatures of 15 sheets for also 240 pages. What I did was I kind of started with the larger book and used up the pages I could. And then I kind of like put aside the smaller pages and yeah, the teeny tiny pages. This was the smallest one I did. So you can see it is, these pages are more or less no bigger than 3 inches and 3 1/4 inches by like just over 5.5. So yeah, that is kind of, it's very chunky, very cute, but 240 pages is a lot for this. But anyway, don't know if I'm ever going to use it, but I really like the size of this one. I have another little book too, a little skinny antique vintage book that I've been saving to use as like a journal glue book or whatever. But yeah, I think this one will do awesome too because it's teeny tiny. So sometimes I like to challenge myself by working in, you know, small spaces. So I got all kinds of neat things in here. So that's that one. And I also, I bound this just with the wax cord. First, I glued paper over it to keep it more secure because when I scored this, it poked through the first layer of paper because it's like paper and then it's like the corrugated wavy part and then another sheet of paper. So it tore it, the first sheet of paper, which was great for folding, fantastic for folding. But then, yeah, I just made it durable or strengthened it up, hopefully more durable with this piece of scrap paper. And then kind of like near the end of my bookmaking, there were only like, I think a couple books I hadn't had bound yet. And I was like, oh, I could be covering the edges, right? So I did that with a couple. I'll probably not do it ever again if I can help it. I'm like, oh, I have all this seam binding and I have all this ribbon. Yeah, so I got out my glue. I used school glue because it said online that yeah, the best thing to use to glue fabric to paper is just regular white glue, school glue. So I gave that a try and it did work really well. Worked really well. I didn't want to use my Lean's Tacky because it's kind of thick, and this was enough of a mess to like lay out the trim, and then I squeezed some glue on it, and then I took like a credit card or whatever and made a squeegee. Oh no, I didn't use a credit card. Hang on, I used this, which is a great tool. I think it was Tsunami Rose maybe that used this like forever ago. It's a little, sorry, it's got glue on it. I just tossed it aside because it's easy. It's just as easy to clean when it's dry. You just peel it off. So it's, I forget what it's called, but it's like a makeup thing. But it's like a little rubber spatula squeegee type thing. So I just put the glue on the ribbon and then I went boop. But I mean, it still made a mess everywhere. My hands were all sticky. Everything was blah. And then like even the glue seeps through. This is bias tape. The glue seeps through most fabrics that you use, so it like took a little bit off of the little like binder clip, bulldog clip or whatever that I used. Good thing it's a junk journal. Yeah, so I probably wouldn't bother gluing again. I did switch and do some sewing, which was a lot better. But again, it's kind of hard to sew cardboard because it's kind of thick. If I had I'm lucky I have an industrial machine, so it would have gone through it, but I don't have that up and running, so I use my home machine. Yeah, and it did go through it, but it did skip some stitches, as you can see. And this one I had done the spine first. So I did the Bath and Body Works again to strengthen this cardboard because it was, it was cut through one layer of it, one layer of the paper. So I just did use this beautiful Bath and Body Works bag. And then I stuck some trim here. And then I was like, oh wait, I can still do trim around the cover. When I went upstairs to do a little sewing to try it, I sewed a couple covers. Yeah, it worked. It worked pretty good. Again, I had done this first, put in the Apple Jacks cereal box cardboard to strengthen it up, but then I just folded this over it. I wasn't too worried about it being perfectly, whatever, perfect. Like, where did I just see that? It was kind of like wonky here. There's some little threads or whatever. And yeah, so like, and it skipped a couple stitches, but yeah, it's just a trashy junk journal. That's fine. I'm good with that. I love this ribbon. This ribbon is fantastic. Love it. It's a grosgrain ribbon and rainbow, and it's nice and thick. I think I got that from Temu maybe forever and ever ago. But yeah, again, it's just packaging. Book pages, I do say sometimes like book pages from especially kids books that are colorful, but I wouldn't necessarily put in a book because they're not like super nice. Like this is just some old dude like sleeping. So, and then this is just whatever, but I mean, I might save that and whatever, but I mean, I'm going to use this as like a trashy junk journal. I use mixed media in those, so I'll probably just paint over that or collage over it with paper. So, yep, and I mean, stuff like this, it's got writing on it, and it's a really good paper. So I was like, yeah, okay. I had it in I think in my painty paper bin. Oh, and speaking of painty paper, this book, I wanted a few more pages and I was out of, appropriately sized packaging. So I went in and got my drop cloths. I got this idea from Jenny Belly like forever ago. It must have been at least like 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago. And I bought this bond paper, large student bond paper. It's just sketching paper. And it's like $5 for a pack of, I think, like 50 sheets at the art store. And it looks like, like the old school, like when they had like office meetings and they'd have an easel and like big paper that you'd like flip over. It looks like that. Anyway, and I put these down as drop pages when I'm doing mixed media. This one's like super good. I've used some of this for a book cover actually. Yeah, and so it ends up with washi tape bits, little collage bits, cleaning off paintbrushes. I do that. Yeah, so stickers that I don't, really like or whatever, I can stick down there. So yeah, I ended up pulling that out because yeah, I needed some extra pages. So, oh, and this one isn't from a drop sheet. It's just a sheet of painty paper. The same idea though, like if I'm doing something like this, I was testing all my inks, to get rid of whatever didn't work anymore. And so it's full of that. And then like, I use it to clean off brushes. I've always got a sheet nearby to clean off brushes and things like that, or test things or whatever, like test markers and things. Yeah, don't throw that stuff away. It can make beautiful things. So yeah, this I don't know if I was trying to see the color of ink or if I was testing the stamp or what, but yeah, and look, I've even got tomorrow, 9:30. I got an appointment on there. So someone called me while I was crafting. Don't know what that was. And a kid's book page, again, it's not necessarily one I'd use in like a nice, nice journal. So I just save it for that. envelope, packaging. Again, black and white. I do save, like, when I harvest books, I save, like, the best pages, the good pages for journals, like, actual journals. But for trashy junk journals, sometimes I'll save, heavier pages that, you know, aren't necessarily pretty, but it's a good paper. Like this one, yeah. Like I said, I'll probably use this and just kind of put something there, because this is really pretty. Yeah. Cheetos, mac and cheese. That was disgusting, by the way. But according to Binging with Babish, if you're not familiar with him, check him out on YouTube. He's a great he's a chef that does all kinds of things, and he did a comparison of like 10 different craft dinner, like craft mac and cheese. We call it craft dinner in Canada, and he rated Canada as the worst tasting. He said it tasted like cardboard, which I have to agree with. When I was a kid, I'd go to a store called Bulk Burn where you buy everything in bulk, and you could buy cheese powder. So I dump a bunch more cheese powder in my mac and cheese when I was a kid. The student report card, that was mine. I found that a while back. I mentioned it on a haul, I think. Envelope. Some of these envelopes I cut open to use as pages. Some I left as envelopes to use as pockets if I want. This was like a sheet. I bought a lot of stuff. It was a printable. I bought a lot of stuff from a lady, like a bunch of stuff from a lady a while back. So it was a junk journaler and purging. Oh, excuse me. Again, old sewing book, not necessarily desirable for, you know, a sewing journal, but still kind of neat. Had good paper. Pin paper. Oh yeah, and this was a piece from the calligraphy book I got, but this one's kind of like meh. I have some beautiful pages I'm going to put in, you know, real journals, like nice journals. This was a piece of painting paper I made that I decided I didn't like. So that's going in there. This is that book. I was talking about this book, I think my last video, Handmade Collage. Yeah, I got it for $8 at Chapters, and it was like all kinds of, it was a collage artist, and there was all kinds of images. Oh, this is my William Shatner Star Trek paper doll. We had printed those out. Those ones ended up a little dark, so I took the sheets, you know, to put in my scrap bin, my painted paper bin. So yeah, for this one I dipped into my scrap bin and got some other pages besides just trash. All kinds of, this was like the front of, like, it was in with a scrapbooking pack. It was like the cover, and it said, you know, blah, 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 the name of the scrapbooking company and the name of the paper pack and blah, blah, blah. Oh, and this one, another challenge to myself. This ramen bag. This is cute, right? Don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I put it together just in case I'm going to want to maybe attach it together, make it like a pocket. Don't know. We will figure that out at some point. Oh yeah, and there's Spock. There was I didn't realize I put them in the same journal, actually. Spock and Captain Kirk. There. Excuse me. All right, so those are those ones. That was 3. 1, 2, 3, yep. And then here's 4 and 5. This one was, I love this, right? That was that bag. The rest of the bag from this. Bath and Body Works sale bag, this giant rubber ducky. I was so stoked to use him. So it's got 4 signatures of 5 sheets each, so 80 pages. And this one has 4 signatures of 10, which gives me 160 pages. This is this pineapple soda. Yeah, I think I said ginger beer the other day. They do make a ginger beer Rob likes too, but they also got a pineapple. He's a Newfoundlander, so they have Pineapple Crush over there, so he likes him some Pineapple Crush, but we can't get it here, blah, blah, blah. And I lined this one with a Downey's coffee bag. Again, another Rob drink. And then, like, the first page is Rob's candies. These, like, low sugar Swedish fish or whatever. Yeah, so all kinds. Again, I thought that was really cool. I think the first page in my last trashy journal was a Starbucks, or second page maybe, Starbucks bag, and I made it into a coffee page. So again, like, even inside the cards, like, this is a card someone wrote on the inside, but that's okay, I'll just cover that, right? Envelope, kind of gave myself a different size, like different shape there by putting the flap on the other side. I could have glued it to that. All kinds of pieces. Gave myself a few of these too, because they're also a challenge to use, the little window envelopes. So yeah, but yeah, I'll never use all of these journals, so I'm saying, oh, I'll use that, you know, I'll do that. And it's like, well, no, you might not do that because you may never get to this journal. Because I don't want to have them all on the go at once. Like I can have a few on the go kind of thing, like different sizes, but yeah, I don't want to have them all on the go at once, right? Handmade envelope. Somebody made another one. Very pretty, right? And this one, this was like cereal box weight cardboard, and then I just glued the coffee bag on the back of it. It sturdies it up because this is plastic lined. So yeah, it's not going to tear. And I kind of like this because it's more like a soft cover book than a hardcover. So I kind of like that. Yeah, this one, same thing. It was just like cereal box cardboard covered in this. And then inside, I used some of that gaudy wallpaper I got a while back. But hey, it looks pretty good there, doesn't it? Like who would put this on their walls? Somebody did comment though, and they're like, probably for commercial use. I'm like, oh, that makes much more sense. I could see that in more of a commercial, definitely, setting. Yeah, so I used my crochet cotton to bind this, and I kind of just tied them together, make it all cute. Oh yeah, the other one, I used the same thing. I used the crochet cotton, and then around the edge, I sewed and put the little clippy clips. Okay. And oh wait, I didn't show you the binding on this either. Yes, this is more of the wax thread or whatever. And if I had a rainbow of colors, I would have done it red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, but I didn't. So I used the pink, purple, and blue. And yeah, just did those in a, you know, pattern or whatever. A variation of them or whatever, varying them. Yeah, so this one, again, it's like a soft cover. And what I did with this one, I had a ton of these envelopes from Four Bear Sticker Club. I used to subscribe to them for quite a long time, apparently. They were a monthly sticker club in Canada. They're awesome. If you need stickers, I stopped when we moved, and I haven't started again because I have so many stickers I haven't used. So yeah, so these are all envelopes. So really, they could all be pockets, or I could also cut them open and double how many sheets are in this. So what did I say? Was it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 4 signatures of 5. Yeah, so 80 pages. But I mean, I could cut these open and end up with 160 pages. And where they're all uniform, I kind of want to use this for something specific. I'm not sure what yet, but like a specific theme. Like, yeah. Like not necessarily, like I'm going to do soon, I'm going to start journaling our honeymoons, our trip to London and Paris. But I mean, this is too small for that, but like the same idea. So maybe I might use it for Artemis, because I'm going to do an album of all kinds of pictures, 20 years of pictures and 20 years of stories, etc., etc. I do need to show you guys the picture I have of him on my desk. I need to reprint it because it's like all sun faded, but isn't that the cutest little baby ever? He's the best. Yeah, so that's that one. And that was one of the ones I glued, and it was this little double fold bias tape that was like really skinny. So that was kind of pain in the butt to glue. Yeah. So again, yeah, I probably won't ever glue binding again, I guess, unless I'm making something super fancy. All right. So I also have, or that was, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I also made 5 more of these. Now, if you remember, I'm actually going to show you in a bit. Oh, here, we'll talk about it here. This is my Newfoundland travel journal. I made this in the car. I couldn't find, we were going to Newfoundland. I had a few hours to pack. I couldn't find a journal or notebook or anything that I wanted to use as a new travel journal. I was like, not really feeling any of them. So I've been wanting to make a trashy junk journal out of a paper gang box forever and ever. So I did. And yeah, I did come back here and I did some things I'll tell you about in a minute. But yeah, I ended up using all of my paper gang boxes. I might have to subscribe again, seriously. Now, each of these has 2 signatures of 6 pages each. So it gives you 48 pages. Now, some of them I didn't even like I wasn't big on this. Plus, they stuck the sticker on the front of the box. Most of the post people were nice and stuck them on the back. But I mean, that's right across the Paper Gang logo. I wasn't getting that off there. So I turned it inside out because the insides of the boxes were all so colorful. So yeah, this I did something different. I bound it with some of this lace. It's not like stretchy lace like elastic, but it does have a little bit of stretch to it. So you got to be careful because when you bind, I mean, you want these to be tight. You don't want your pages to, you know, be loose and whatever, falling out. But I did try to kind of like flip them around so you could kind of see them a little bit, a little more. But I do like that this is there. Very nice. And I think it's going to hold fine. I think it's, as a binding, it's going to hold fine. Yeah, so again, packaging. Oh, there's the other side of the ducky bag. Packaging, envelopes. I love this envelope. It was so cute. Little teeny tiny. And this was the washi tape I bought off Temu. Packaging. Yeah, so all kinds of things. I mean, you save this. Oh yeah, this one I've got some paint. I got a paint chip foldy out thingy. Flyer? No, brochure. There we go. So yeah, I mean, what would I do with this? You know, it's really cool. An envelope somebody made me, so put it in here. And maybe do a little something on it or something. So that's that one. And this one I bound with this cord. I honestly think, like, it's like vintage cord for sure. I honestly think this was the stuff that was sold. Craft cord by Needle Off. I think this was the stuff that was sold for plastic canvas. Because I'm pretty sure, it says for all your craft projects, but I'm pretty sure that they used to sell skeins like this for plastic canvas. But anyway, isn't that fantastic? That is so 80s and glam. So I did that. I'm not sure why I didn't bind it with the knots on the outside, because I could have, you know, done some dangly things, but I did not. Again, oh, look at that. Isn't that great? Cereal bag. All kinds of things. Yeah, so see this one. I love this. This person like decorated the whole envelope, so I probably won't do much to that. But then I'll, you know, do the inside. Because what else am I going to do with it? Yeah, all kinds. I tried to kind of like divide up between all the journals, like envelopes and foldy out papers and things like that. So, oh, this is cool. I left it diagonal, but I may cut it later. It may bug me, but yeah, little truffles box. I had done the inside of the of another journal with that. Which one was it? This one, the little with another truffles, or the other side of this or whatever. Yeah, here. That's 2. This is 3. Love this one. So I used, oh yeah, I used the wax cord or whatever, the cotton cord, orange and purple, because it went so well with this, right? Inside's bright yellow. Oh, so here's some of the padded packaging from Amazon. Now, if you do cut it, there is little like fibrous bits in there, just so you know, be aware. You could always just kind of tape the edges with washi tape or something if you were worried about that coming out and fluffing, you know, the fluff being everywhere. The vintage envelope. This was a ginormous envelope someone sent me. Yeah, and I was talking about it the other day. I don't know what it was made of. Like, I thought it was a calendar because it's like good calendar weight kind of thing, but it's got nothing on the inside of it. So I don't know, maybe it was a cover of a calendar, but it feels like it was bigger than that. Oh, and this was an ad. I showed you guys. I know I showed you this when I was making the journal. It's a purse, so yeah, I put that in there. And another one of these. These truffles were really good. they're from Costco. If you ever get your hands on them, do it. I haven't seen them in a while though. And then a little foldy out bit. This was like a sample from Moo Cards. So I have another one from Vistaprint too in one of my things. So yeah, even stuff like that. It's a little folder, see? So yeah, I had sent for samples from Moo Cards. And so they sent me samples of each one of their business cards, like the type of paper and the type of printing, like glossy or metallic or whatever. So yeah, I use those. And I have the cards too that I can use to make tags, things like that. Boom. This one is probably my favorite because I love, love, love this artist. I forget who she was, but I love her work. So yeah, I got more. Oh yeah, I did have a couple of those. Envelopes. Love that, right? That is going to be some awesome collage with like a black and white image. Little cute bag. I bought some stuff on Marketplace, something, and I went and picked it up, and the lady had it in a bag. Envelopes, packaging, another Molly Makes Big Book of Paper. That was a good book. All kinds of it was very much like Flow. Oh yeah, here's one from Vistaprint. I left it as an envelope, but it's really nice paper. That was their business card sample pack. And this one, so yeah, this one's inside out again because yeah, that one I was like meh, and plus it had the label on there. I didn't really like that pattern anyway, the stripes. I like the more artsy ones, but I did this one with eyelash yarn, fancy yarn, and it did work. I just had to be careful not to pull it too hard because it Well, you know what? It's not bad, actually. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I could have pulled it pretty hard. Yeah, so I wanted to leave the little floofs there. Very cute. And then I glued the binding, and yeah, nightmare. Put the little photo corners, or little book corners. This cute A&W bag. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? So yeah, and stuff like that. Like, I left this open, but I don't know. Maybe I'll glue it to make it like a sturdier page, or maybe I'll cut it open. I probably won't put something in it because it's pretty fragile around there, but yeah, I'll do something. Plastic packaging. Cool plastic packaging. Another envelope that I cut open. Let's see, this one's weird. It's like waxy inside kind of thing. Yeah, and this I left too, but I'll probably end up gluing that, or maybe gluing it like a little pocket. So then I'll have like a little tiny pocket, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, and this one I love. Great big envelope, big security envelope. Report card. Because what am I going to do with my report cards? It's a free lunchbox, candy store. Yeah, this one, yeah, see? It's a ginormous. It was like an ad or something, some spam. Okay, so that was the 10 journals that I made. Last but not least, oh, wait. I also made 2 covers. So I had this Happy Meal box. When they came out with the nuggets, they had this artist guy, Kerwin Frost. I have no idea who he is, but he's some artist, and he came up with these different nuggets. Yeah, there's like a, I don't know. Anyway, there's different, like he's like a break dancer kind of thing, New York, whatever. And yeah, he's like a Mr. Freeze kind of thing. But anyway, I had those and these, the 4 sides of the box. So I lined these with the inside cover of a Where's Waldo book. I thought it was much more interesting than the Where's Waldo side. That was all just, you know, like blue or red and white. I was like, this is way cooler. So that's one. And then this one I did, again, the inside cover. When I harvest books, if they've got an interesting, especially soft covers, if they've got interesting covers or interesting inside covers, I'll save them. And I have like a folder called Interesting Cardstock, so I can use it for stuff like that. So what I'll probably do with these is, I didn't make a journal out of them, but I think what I'll do is probably just bind them with binder rings and put some pages in them. I'm not sure. I might save them, and like I might make this one into like a watercolor book or something, so I can travel with it and do watercolor. Yeah, because I need another watercolor book. I filled one, so filled my last watercolor sketchbook book, whatever. So yeah, for now I'm going to keep those, but eventually I will make them into journals, or if you will, Mick journals. Don't tell them I said that. I don't want to be sued. Okay. So yeah, back to my my Newfoundland journal. I did snazz it up. I had used this cord, and if you looked at my flip through of this journal or my video of it, yeah, this cord's a nightmare. It's like slippery, and it would not stay together. So I tied it like a bunch of times, and then I put glue. I put a bunch of glue on there. I think it was Lean's Tacky Glue. So yeah, and then I just I like frayed the cord. I undid it, untwisted it. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, so this was already bound. There are already pages in it. I wasn't going to take it apart, but I'm like, I kind of want to do something around it. So what I did folded the ribbon over it, the grosgrain ribbon. And luckily enough, I left quite a bit of space here, between the binding and the edge. So I was able to tuck that ribbon in there. So I sewed the places I could sew, which was around each cover. But then on the spines, all I did after that was I just put some glue and put a couple of these bulldog clips, and they dried, and they're pretty good. Yeah, so that's awesome. And these, I wanted to show you how these work. They're really cool. I had bought, like I said, I bought a bunch. I think it was like 100 for, yeah, I don't know, 15 bucks or something, or 10 bucks or 12 bucks. So I got 3 different colors. I got this one, which is like an antique brass, and this one, which is a bright goldy brass, and this one, which is a bright silver. You can get them in all different colors. You can probably get them a little better quality too. Like these are cheap. Like it was funny because I went and got my pliers, I went and got my hammer. I'm okay, I'm going to put these on the journal, right? So let me show you. All you do is you take and you fold it over the corner. Okay, fold it over the corner, right? And then I was going to take my pliers to squeeze it on there, but it'll just go like that and squeeze fine. And then I just kind of tap it with a hammer. If you tap it too hard, then it'll get like squished. So yeah, but they should stay on there really good. They have this little, on this part, you can see, yeah, they got these little dots, and what those are, they're little like indents. So that'll grab onto your book. But yeah, I think they're great. They add a quick little, finish to protect your corners. So I was like, yeah, it's probably a good idea for my Newfoundland journal because I'm going to be using that a lot to go through and document our trip, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so that is that. So I've got my 10 journals. These ones. And then all these ones. This one, this one. This one. If you guys have any ideas for this, let me know. I really would like to put like one thing in it. You know, I could put like, I don't know, I could collect quotes about something or put, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I really, really like it. It's very, it's very paperbacky feeling and stuff. This one and this one. Yay. So yeah, that's my, that's my hyper focus of the week. My journals, and I'm glad I finally have them all done. That's great. I finished this morning. I went upstairs and did the sewing, and yeah, everything else was already done. Oh no, I bound 2 of them. 2 of them I didn't have bound yet, so I did that, but that is all of them. So thank you for watching. Yeah, like I said, if anybody's interested in one, let me know. Like, I could do a contest, or we could like trade for one, like trade for some supplies or something. I wouldn't want much for them. Just, pretty well shipping in. If you want to send me, I don't know, some stickers or something, whatever. Yeah, so yeah, let me know. And that's it. That's it for my my trashy junk journals, all 10 of them. And now I have to start collecting interesting packaging again, because that's it. All right, so thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good crafty week, good creative week, and till next time, I will see you next time, and take care. Bye.